AITA for not giving in to my brother's tantrums. Posted in my side account because I know for a fact Sil reads stuffs on this sub. I, F29, recently bought a house and a brand new car. I will admit I probably splurge on my house more than I should, but growing up very poor, it has been always a dream of mine to live in a nice house. I worked really hard to be where I am. So much so I undergo countless breakups because I always choose career over boys. My brother, M, 25, is currently jobless. He works as a tourist guide before and can barely make ends meet. He has 5 kids now, and counting, as his wife announced pregnancy recently. He messaged me on FB that there is something he wants to talk about, and I thought he wants to name me godmother to his incoming baby. I said sure and invited him to the house to get his approval about some things I modified for our parents. I gave him a tour and he admired my house greatly, saying things like how excited he is to bring the kids to my house. I did not mind anything about it as I thought he meant a visit, which I'm more than happy to host them for. Imagine my surprise when he finally sat me down and finally revealed what he wants to talk about. He wants me to give him my house. I clarified whether he meant this house or the other house I bought for my parents, which I still lived in, still has modifications ongoing with my dream house. He said the house is big enough for his family and I can go visit them anytime I like. He even offered that if I really wanted to live there, I can go move into the maid's room and modify it for my personal use. I was shocked I cannot speak as he thanked me over and over for the house. I finally asked him where the heck did that idea come from and said our mother told him I will give him my house. I of course corrected that, and this is where things gone south. My brother repeatedly said since our mom said the house is his now, I cannot do anything but give in. I called my mother to tell him to duck off, and lo and behold, my mother sided with my brother. To make this already long story short, my whole family had cut me off and parents disowned me until I give my brother my house. My father has been brought to the hospital over this fight and now I feel really bad. The guy I'm seeing now said to just give the house to my brother and he'll help me to buy another. Reddit, AITA here? Edit, to clarify, the house that they gave away is the newly bought one. One I thought where I could raise 5 adorable fur babies. Family home is in my name, 2 as I have to take out a loan back then to buy it. So yeah. It may be obvious I'm not the asshole at first sight, but I feel like I could be one because my father got hospitalized over the ensuing fight for the house. Edit 2, I'm trying to read all comments and I'm just so overwhelmed for your support. I'm temporarily staying at a friend's house ever since. Your encouraging words really helped ease my mood. I finally decided not to give this house and sell the other one to help pay for a vast majority of loan on my dream house. I also decided to remove my parents' access to my health plans and remove them on my insurance. Last but not the least, thank you for the award, kind strangers. Reading your comments made me realize how ridiculously unreal this sounds. Update. Hello. So a lot of people have reached out to me since my original post. A lot has happened then. I'll try to include much details as I can. So I cut my family off back in December and removed them in all services that will benefit them being connected to me. Since I figured, hey mom, you told me I'm dead to you, then you get no free house from me anymore. So the reactions from our extended family were just as I expected. Most of the adults sided with my mother. My cousins expressed their support to me. I got uninvited with the family reunion I initially sponsored, and isn't that just the worst? My aunts and uncle had barricaded the gate when I arrived at my granny's house. I won't expand on this anymore because this still hurts until now. My mother also sued me for selling the first house back in January. It did not reach the higher courts and I won. Public perception of me got worse though. She and my brother took this defeat to twist the sympathy in their favor. They posted on SoCMat about how I am an ungrateful daughter and I owe them for everything I have. They also blamed me for my father's death. Yes. He died. I did not even get to attend the funeral because I'm banned. When this happened, I almost gave in and signed the papers to give the house to my brother. I blamed myself and believed them my selfishness killed my father. At this point, my boyfriend convinced me to take a break from work and talk to a professional. I did just that and I'm only now just realizing how ducked up the way they raised me. I can't believe it took internet strangers to realize something is wrong with how they treated to me. To be honest, I almost decided not to post an update. It was last month when my therapist suggested I should do it because this is where me breaking off from them started. On the bright side, I saw how my fiancé's family really like me because of this ordeal. I thought they were just being nice. But shit happened and they supported me every step of the way, especially when my partner had to go overseas for 1 week stay because of his job. They really took care of me and even assured me I'm worth more than my family thinks I am. The nicest thing I ever heard in my life came from his mother. Anyway, last July 21st, my father's birthday, Mother reached out to me. She explained to me that she understood she had no right banning me from his funeral, but at the time, all she can think about is how I cut them off my health plans and it rendered them incapable of supporting my father's hospitalization. I did not realize this and we cried for hours. She said she still blames me though and doesn't think she can forgive me. I think I understand her. My therapist told me that thinking of what ifs is counterproductive, but still, if I could go back in time, I'll help them with this. My brother won't talk to me. That's fine. The feeling is very much mutual. And here's are the new comments from our Reddit peps. First from Coldtail9231, I believe in natural consequences. You cutting your parents and family off financially after being manipulated and abused is a natural consequence. Your mom can blame you all day long, but her actions are what got the ball rolling. You are amazing and strong for working so hard to move past this. Next is from St. Alvis. She said she still blames me though and doesn't think she can forgive me. I blame her. And this one is from Trina Enthusiast. Your father's death was not your fault. Your parents chose to cut you off for not agreeing to an outrageous demand. They should have been prepared for the consequences. Honestly, it doesn't really sound like your dad was that great either. He cut you off and wanted you to give your house away just like everyone else. I'm sorry he passed, but it doesn't sound like he would have treated you any better if he hadn't. I'm betting your mom was making a last-ditch effort to manipulate you into giving the house up. I wouldn't be surprised if she calls Gain saying that she'll forgive you if you give the house to your brother. Just remember that you don't need forgiveness for anything you did in this situation. Another comment from JamMiller96, it would be best if you never speak to her again either. She's still blaming you for your father's death, which was something beyond your control. A top-tier narcissist at best will do such things and she fits the bill. Congratulations on standing firm and doing what was in your best interest, and all the luck in the future. And next comment is from PD Porkchops. Imagine if she wasn't such a greedy woman who started all this mess, her husband might still be alive. She blames you because she doesn't want to take the true responsibility for lighting the match to this dumpster fire. I'd go no contact again. You see the kind of people they are. The only good tie you had left has passed. Don't reopen those wounds to let her rub salt in them. And last comment is from a deleted user. I'm glad you are getting help from your therapist and you have found a chosen family that lives and supports you. Please remember, this is not your fault. If anyone is to blame, it is your mother. She made the choice to use you not only for her selfishness but also for the selfishness of the entire family. Your father being sick is the reason he passed. Nothing else. I don't know where you are, but most places will not turn away someone who is sick. So it's very rude of your mother to say anything related to your father's death as if it is your fault. At any point she could have stopped all this and let you know what was happening with your father and asked for help. Your mother and brother could have done more than talk if they wanted to help with his health, and they did not. They decided to continue to be selfish. If you choose to forgive your mom, awesome, and if you don't, awesome as well. She did this harm to you and your family and took it even further when she banned you from family events. Please be safe, happy, and healthy and continue doing your best to accomplish your dreams. And that's all for today, guys. See you on the next one.